Welcome to Chrono Wheels, and let's get straight into something that's honestly a little mind-bending. What happens when the most iconic name in American motorcycling, a brand built on the sound, the shake, and the soul of a big V-twin, decides to abandon its own heart? What happens when they take their most brutal, in-your-face street cruiser, the Fat Bob, and replace that rumbling Milwaukee-Eight engine with a silent electric powerhouse? This isn't just a what-if anymore. We're talking about the 2026 Harley-Davidson Fat Bob electric concept. And let's be clear, calling it a concept feels like a formality. This looks, for all intents and purposes, like a finished product. A product that aims to take everything you know about Harley performance, crumple it up, and rewrite it with instant, silent torque. First, let's address the elephant in the room, the soul. For over a century, a Harley's identity has been tied to that distinctive, loping potato idle. It's a feeling you get in your chest before you even roll an inch. The Fat Bob Electric throws that out the window. In its place is quiet. But not just any quiet. It's the quiet of a predator. The motor, likely evolved from the impressive Livewire S2 Aero platform, is projected to produce around 110 to 120 horsepower. But horsepower is almost irrelevant here. The story is torque. We're looking at a crushing 140 to 160 Newton meters of the stuff. And it's all available the instant you twist your wrist. No clutch, no gear, no waiting for revs to build. It's just you, and a sledgehammer of acceleration. This fundamentally changes the character of the bike. The traditional Fat Bob is a bully off the line. This electric version, it's an assassin. Early estimates suggest a 0 to 60 miles per hour time comfortably under 3 seconds. Think about that. A bike with drag bars, a fat front tire, and that classic cruiser stance could outdrag a Porsche 718 Cayman. It's a surreal, almost comical thought. The sensation won't be a roaring climb to power. It'll be a smooth, violent, and eerily silent shove that pins you to the seat. The performance isn't just improved, it's transformed into something from a different category entirely. Of course, all that instant thrust demands a serious energy source. The massive battery pack is the new centerpiece, both figuratively and literally. Expect a unit offering a practical city range of 150 to 180 miles, with support for level 3 DC fast charging to get you back to 80% in around 40 minutes. But the real genius is in its placement. Harley's engineers have mounted this heavy slab of lithium-ion as low as physically possible in the frame. This is the single most important handling trick in the book. You see, a traditional cruiser carries its weight high, in the engine, the fuel tank. It makes them feel top-heavy and reluctant to tip into a corner. The electric Fat Bob turns that on its head. All its mass, and it's a lot at a projected 280 kilograms, about 620 pounds, is concentrated down by your ankles. This dramatically lowers the center of gravity. The result? A bike that feels planted, incredibly stable, and shockingly willing to lean. It won't handle like a super sport, but for a machine with this silhouette, the cornering confidence will be nothing short of revolutionary. To handle this new dynamic, the classic steel softail frame is gone, replaced by a rigid, modern cast aluminum structure. This new frame uses the battery case itself as a stressed member, creating an incredibly stiff platform that can manage the unique stresses of instant electric torque without flexing. To control this newfound agility and insane power, the hardware has been upgraded across the board. The suspension is now fully adjustable. The inverted forks up front and the monoshock out back can be dialed in for precise control, whether you're launching from a stoplight or carving a canyon road. But the brakes are where the real safety story is told. We're looking at massive dual front discs clamped by top-spec radial mount monoblock calipers, almost certainly from Brembo. This is serious, track-derived hardware. Why? Because when you have the ability to accelerate this violently, you must have the absolute, unwavering confidence that you can stop just as effectively. This system is backed by cornering ABS, managed by a sophisticated 6-axis inertial measurement unit, IMU, that ensures you can brake hard even while leaned over. Visually, the bike is a fascinating study in fusion. It is unmistakably a Fat Bob. That aggressive chop-down profile, the muscular tank, now a faux cover, the wide drag-style handlebars, and the mid-forward controls are all present. But the iconic V-twin engine, the mechanical heart that you'd normally stare at, is gone. In its place is a sleek, sculpted battery case. It becomes the new visual anchor, a piece of technology as the centerpiece. The exhaust pipes are absent, leaving clean, uncluttered lines. It's a darker, more minimalist, and somehow more menacing take on the Fat Bob formula. It communicates power not through auditory bravado, but through pure, silent intent. And managing all that intent is a suite of seamless electronics. Through a crisp TFT display set into the faux tank, you'll select riding modes: Sport, Road, Rain, Range. Each will completely reshape the bike's personality, altering power delivery, throttle response, the strength of the regenerative braking, which can add miles of range and act like engine braking, and the intervention of the traction control. That traction control, again fed by the IMU, is crucial. With torque this immediate, a too aggressive throttle hand on a damp road could be disastrous. The electronics are the invisible co-pilot, making this brutal power accessible and safe. All of this leads to the inevitable and shocking question: what's the price? Developing this kind of ground-up electric transformation for a niche model isn't cheap. The standard gasoline Fat Bob 114 starts around $19,000. The Livewire S2 Del Mar starts at $17,000. For this flagship electric cruiser, which combines the premium attitude of the Fat Bob with the advanced tech of Livewire, we are looking at a projected manufacturer's suggested retail price of $25,999. Let's sit with that for a second. $26,000, that is an immense sum of money for a motorcycle. For that price, you are entering the realm of fully dressed tourers, premium adventure bikes, and luxury sports cars. So what exactly are you buying for that money? You are not buying mere transportation, you are buying a unique, unprecedented experience. You are buying the aggressive, head-turning style of Harley's meanest cruiser, fused with the shocking, futuristic performance of an electric powertrain. You are buying a piece of a very specific future, one where the rumble is gone, but the attitude is amplified. It's for the rider who wants to be the conversation at every stoplight, who values breathtaking acceleration and surprisingly capable handling, and who is ready to redefine what a Harley-Davidson can be. But this bike forces us to ask a fundamental, almost philosophical question: can a Harley-Davidson without the visceral, auditory, and vibrational signature of a V-twin still be a true Harley? Is the soul of the machine in its character and its stance, or is it inextricably linked to the internal combustion engine? The Fat Bob Electric boldly argues it's the former. It's a high-stakes bet on a new kind of muscle. What do you think? Does the idea of a silent electric Fat Bob with supercar acceleration excite you, or does it feel like a betrayal of everything the brand stands for? Is that $26,000 price tag a justifiable cost for pioneering this fusion, or is it simply too much? Could you ever see yourself choosing this instant, silent thrust over the classic, emotional thunder of a 117 cubic inch Milwaukee-Eight? Drop your honest, passionate opinions in the comments below. I read every single one. If you want more deep, thoughtful dives into the machines that are shaping the future of riding, make sure to subscribe to Chrono Wheels. Thanks for watching.